Good morning, my dear students. Today in this session, I start with English Unit 2. Name of the unit is Let Me Sum Up. This is a story of the prince. Let's see. His name was Goldenlocks. King Goldenlocks is a very old fairy tale that was locked away for over 150 years. It was only recently discovered in Germany. This version is derived from the translation by Maria Cater, published in the New York, April 2, 2012. King Goldenlocks. Once there was a prince with a beautiful golden hair. Everyone called him Goldenlocks. One day, Goldenlocks' father, the king, went hunting in the woods and found a giant leaning against a tree. The king blew his horn, called his men, and they came and caught the giant. Proud of his own bravery, the king invited many other kings to join him for a celebration so they could see the captured giant. You can see over here the picture is given of the giant. This type of giant was there. He caught and brought in his king palace. Now on the day of celebration, Goldenlocks was playing with his favorite toy, a golden ball. Accidentally, Goldenlocks threw the ball right into the giant's cage. Oh no, what could he do? He loved that ball. Now ball was inside the cage. Please throw my ball back to me, giant. I will give you a nice banana or apple or maybe a cookie if you just give it back. Now see, Goldenlock wanted his ball, so he started saying to the giant that please give my ball, I will give you banana, apple, like that he started saying. I will only give your ball back if you release me, he said. Now what was the giant's promise? That you leave me from this cage, then only I will give your ball. The boy knew his father would be angry, but he wanted his ball. He stole the key to the cage and freed the giant. That evening, all the kings from all over the land were gathered in the palace to see the giant. But there was no giant. The king was so angry. He flew into the cage and swore that he would punish the person who had stolen his key and freed the giant, no matter who it was. When he found out it was his own son, he was heartbroken. But a king has no choice but to keep his promise. The king sadly banished Goldenlocks. He told his best soldier to take Goldenlocks far, far away, where he could never return back. But the soldier did want to do his duty to so young a boy. So he decided to find a way out. Soldier was not ready to go with this small boy and keep him away. He put Goldenlocks in the poor clothes of a shepherd and sent him to live far away in the family of a gardener who had no sons of his own. Now this gardener worked for the queen of his own land. Every day he cut flowers and made bouquets for the queen's daughter, the most beautiful princess he had ever seen. Now it was Goldenlocks' job to tie the flowers together and bring them to the princess. The princess always received the flowers so sweetly that finally Goldenlocks fell in love with her and began to feel he couldn't live without her. One day, to show her how he felt tied to her, he tied her bouquet with a strand of his own golden hair. When it was time for her to be married, Prince came from miles around, but she refused everyone, saying that she would only marry the one who had tied her bouquet with a golden hair. But the queen could not allow her daughter to marry a poor gardener's helper. Not long after Goldenlocks' father, the king, became very ill, and it was said that 2 drops of venom from the deadly venom means a poison carried by an animal. That is deadly tiger snake. You can see over here the picture of the snake is given. Tiger snake would cure him. There was only one tiger snake known in the land, and it was the largest, meanest, deadliest snake anyone had ever seen. Very poisonous. Goldenlocks heard of his father's illness and wanted to help, but what could he do? Most men were too scared to even try to milk the deadly snake. The few brave men who had tried all died terrible deaths. Goldenlocks did not know what to do. But then he remembered the giant. Goldenlocks went to the giant and begged him to get the milk from him. You would ask this for the father who banished you. Why? Said that why you are worried about your father who had kicked you out from the palace? Still you want to save him? He is still my father. See what Goldenlocks is answering, that he is still my father. He only did what he had promised his people he would do to punish a criminal. Well, I do not think you were a criminal to free me. The king had no right to trap me. I have no love for the king. But if you want this, I will honor your request. I do, please save him. Now see, Goldenlocks saying, no, giant, you have to save my father. You have to bring the venom. The giant got the venom from the snake, but he would not take it to the king himself. Goldenlocks would have to do it. Goldenlocks disguised himself as the best he could in old rags and with his golden hair covered in a plain white cloth. Now he changed his look, because if he will go in his original look, then his father will come to know that he is Goldenlock and he will kick him out. So he changed his dress, his look, with a plain white cloth on the hair, that father cannot recognize his golden hair, and he went to his father. He went to his father's castle for the first time since he had been sentenced to death. He felt as if all the soldiers could see right through the cloth. He trembled, afraid he would be caught and jailed any moment, but no one recognized him. In a low, rough voice that he hoped did not sound at all like the voice of young prince Goldenlocks, he told the guard to his father's door that he carried the precious drops of venom for the tiger snake from the tiger snake. He was ushered in immediately. His father lay pale and dozing on his pillow. At a nod from the doctor, Goldenlocks placed the precious drops on his father's lips. At first there was no response, but in moments his father opened his eyes. Goldenlocks quickly covered his face with a white headcloth, but it was too late. My son, am I dead that I see my precious son again at last? King was able to recognize his son. You are not dead, father. I have brought the cure. I only hope it is enough for you to forgive me. And the giant, it is he who braved the snake to bring you this medicine. Goldenlocks and his father were reunited. The queen was happy to be king. But the princess was just Hap, who promised even when he became king. In Standard 6, you learned that many stories follow a common pattern or structure. In writing, we talk about structure to describe the sequence of the ideas. we learned that many stories use a structure that starts by describing a character, then telling how one day something happens that causes the character to have a problem. Goldilocks was a happy prince until he lost a toy that he loved. Next, the story shows how the character tries to solve the problem, but it doesn't work and it causes a bigger problem. Goldilocks tried to get his toy, but when he freed the giant, he was banished. Finally, the story shows that something changes and the character can solve the problem in an unexpected way. When the king needed his son and the giant to cure his illness, Goldilocks forgave his father, got the help of the giant, and cured the king. Goldilocks and his father were reunited, and Goldilocks became the prince once more. So, children, what do you learn by this story? That you should forgive everyone, whether the person is elder than you or whether the person is younger than you should forgive everyone.